Welcome to the stuff.
B.O.
Dream so separate.
Yeah, man.
What
up,
Hey.
I'm right in the middle of doing
What's
some
up?
work right here. What you guys got going on today?
Chilling with you. So what are you working on?
New little thing I just thought up at the spur of the moment. Be honest with you, we got a little collaboration, little Nike box, little Muttley cartoon from back in the day.
Okay.
Remember that?
Nice.
Yeah. What you guys got going on?
Just came by with the stuff show.
Ah, yeah.
Welcome to stuff. We got art stuff happening right now. So we came through. We're gonna ask you some questions about all these amazing, dope pieces.
Oh, I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, we got a little bit to talk about then, if that's the case. Yeah.
So dope. You can't help but say dope right before you say or talk about or ask about anything that you do. Whether it's, what do you do actually?
Well, we Dope Quotes itself is art brand. We're actually made up of myself, John the Barber, Matt Sabarillo, Gilbert Olivo, also known as Fish, Cal, aka Fred Randall as well too,
Cal.
and we got Adi, aka Joe Friday, and we got Maurice Mendez.
Nice.
And basically, we started out back in the day using t-shirts as mediums, doing like around the Miskeen era and a lot of hand-painted shirts. I know you guys remember that back in the day. And yeah, we started out in that era, kind of doing like just simple concept shirts, and we would just go to the flea markets, get some tees done and all that jive, and come back, and people started to kind of relate back to it, and they're like, man, you guys got some dope ideas, you guys should do them on canvas or some other things. And that's kind of how everything was kind of birthed. Yeah, that was how it all birthed, back in 06.
Nice.
Yeah.
That wasn't long ago.
06. So what got you inspired and into art?
I've always kind of had kind of out the box thinking. It just kind of came all together college days, and then when I got around some other creative people as well too, you know, your ideas kind of brighten out a little bit once you get around the right energy and the right amount of people. So yeah, it's it kind of started all stemmed from that.
Who inspires you art-wise? Like your favorite painter or artist?
Favorite painter? I would probably say I'd probably say a little bit Dali, a little bit of Warhol. As far as like color-wise, stencil-wise,
Dali's my favorite.
Yeah.
Dali's my favorite.
I got a little Monet. I like a little Monet as well too. Just from the perspective angle as well too. You know, obviously making it looking like something totally different when you're walking up. As far as when you're standing back as well too, you see a whole new picture. So I always like those kind of, whatever kind of makes you think. That's more or less who I kind of generate and
Art pushes your imagination.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So would you call your art more surreal? Or like if you had to classify the type of art that you do?
That's a good surreal.
Surreal is what Dolly does for y'all that don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surreal is
The historic artists that made the movement for surrealism.
Right.
That's my
That's a
goal.
good question.
I like Dolly.
That's a tough one.
It is for me. I go with
I think
I'm
it's a
more
little
of like
surreal.
pop. I go with a little pop as well too. 3D
Yeah.
art. That's more along the lines that I like to do. I used to. I was more into this sort of thing where it was cartoon as well as kind of mixed media. That's more where I'm at. Mixed media. I like to repurpose some things, bring them back to life, as well as kind of paint stencils. So you're incorporating a lot of old school with the new school at the same time, bringing
Right.
really kind of transitioning that way.
Yeah, art has evolved. There's so many different mediums and
Mm-hmm.
categories. It's like different genres.
Yeah.
Like genres of music.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And music
I'd say that right there.
inspires art.
It all goes together.
And vice versa.
Bam.
Nice.
So what are your favorite mediums to use then?
I was more of a canvas guy originally, but I've grown more into doing on wood now. That's more or less where I think the paint kind of pops the best, and just kind of gives that sturdiness as well to it. I don't know, it's just more natural, I guess.
I like it on wood now too. It's a different texture.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks different with paint.
Gives a different dimension.
Right.
It's a lot easier.
Versus canvas.
Right.
It's a lot easier for me at least to put on because I know like canvas you gotta keep drilling, stroking.
Yeah.
Wood kind of goes on 2-3 times maybe as opposed to canvas 4 or 5 strokes per. So it really
That's good to know.
kind of get in there. So I've liked it. I probably switched to it maybe within the last year. So yeah, and I haven't gone away kind of since. So.
Well, we're gonna look around at some of your art.
Please do, and then we'll talk about any questions, comments, all that jive.
True.
Yeah, we'll definitely get on it.
Hey. Yeah, so this is one of my favorite pieces.
Oh, the old dolly, yeah.
Yes, the dolly, and it's green, and it has magnifying glasses. That's my baby daddy. So what's your inspiration behind this piece? My favorite piece.
Well, actually, I had gotten the magnifying glass. I was going to originally use it to kind of do something with my signature. So whenever I was going to make an art piece, I was going to put a magnifying glass over that, so that kind of made it pop out and stuff. But I found the infamous dolly image, with the magnifying glass already in it. It's like, oh wow, I got a whole gang of these things now, so I need to rearrange them in some type of way where we can go ahead and do that. And I had thought of the caption basically for it, which it says, when you're on top, everything gets magnified. Because obviously it's a big thing about fame. That's the scary thing about fame at the same time. So.
What made you use green?
That's a good question.
That's my favorite color.
Really? Okay. Well.
Yeah.
There was no real specific thought process pertaining to the color. I really just it kind of some things just kind of
Like it
come
just
together.
worked. It came together.
Exactly.
It was natural.
It really just made everything pop off once we did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about this piece next to it?
One of my favorite movies growing up. It's not really the one of our generation, but actually the generation after that now with the Sandlot. But Hamilton Porter was probably my favorite out of all the Sandlot gangs, and the phrase always kind of stuck with me too. I was a big baseball player growing up too.
Oh really?
I was. I did a little bit of that.
What position? What were you good at?
I was pretty good at it. Everything. Well, I was good at hitting.
Oh, he was good at everything.
Until kids started pitching. I was kind of impressed with that. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, fielding was. I enjoy fielding a little bit more. On top of that, like once we started diving for the baseballs in the outfield, that was where it was all at for me. I wanted to be out there, but I played a little bit infield, pitched a little bit too.
Okay. So I want to point out this one. I love music. And everybody knows that I'm a hippie. If you know me, I don't like violence. So, stream note and not bullets. So tell us about that piece.
I got it from actually, it's the infamous, Peter Tosh is the stencil that I ended up using for it. And then he had the infamous, guitar, but it looked like the AK.
Yeah.
So, it kind of stemmed a little bit from that. I got the saying more or less, I coincided this saying more or less with that. I also, I dabble a little bit of reggae music myself. Yeah. So, yeah, vibe. Definitely a good vibe whenever you're painting, really kind of sets the mood. So, yeah, that was, I try to do it a little bit different other than just kind of painting itself. I wanted to make it pop out a little bit more, so I used the actual vinyl strings and got the wood, cut that out, made it into the shape of the actual guitar. Yeah,
nice.
little we got paint paint tops right there, the buttons. So
Right. So you said you listen to reggae music. Do you have like a specific genre of music that you like to vibe to more when you're painting?
no, not too much. I mean, I'll vibe out to Sister Nancy any day of the week. You know, put that on repeat and I'll listen to that for 6 hours. So yeah, that's just one of the many. But you know, obviously Bob, you know, Peter Tosh as well.
Yeah.
Sizzla, you know, Barrington Levy, you know, Virginia Reed, a little bit of all of that. So those are the ones I usually typically vibe out to if I had to go ahead and go into that scene.
Ice Cube. You know, I'm from the Midwest, so we listen to some Ice Cube, you know. What made you want to do Ice Cube?
I thoroughly enjoyed, like, the image was very kind of like, first of all, very iconic. Secondly, just, I mean, you can never, obviously, kind of like a Scarface quote in that sense, where, you know, the eyes never lie.
Right.
In that sense. So it's a very intense, kind of fierce look. And he really is, you know, he was the mastermind behind NWA, you know, a lot of that. He sometimes, you know, most of the time don't really get credit for it at the end of the day, but yeah, it was one of my first rap icons that I really kind of got into as well too. So that was where I wanted to start that, have a little bit of artistic with it. Plus the canvas was a little bit different. It almost came out like a stucco on the wall type of thing.
I was gonna ask, what is it? It's almost like it's texture. It has like a cement concrete
Yeah, it was
texture to it.
My mentor actually had like a roll of the whole canvas.
That came on the canvas?
Yeah, that's how the canvas came like that.
That's dope.
So I wanted to try and do something a little bit more hardcore that, like you guys say, kind of, you know, pavement-like. And
Right.
really like a stamp, yeah. So that was where that came from.
And then we got the dead prayers down here.
Glow in the dark as well.
Oh, it glows in the dark.
It does.
It does,
Yeah.
huh?
His eyes.
Everything, actually. Everything in white right there.
Okay, so this is another one of my favorite pieces. As you can see, we got Biggie and Christopher Walken. We got the Kings of New York. But I'm gonna leave the artist to talk about this piece.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies actually of all time. I mean, shoot, most of the gangster flicks now, that, you know, you got your Boys in the Hood, Kings of New York, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But I guess the logic behind it always is, you know, in Biggie's references, is he's always calling himself, Frank White. And so that was where a lot of the things, or the idea basically derived from, where, you know, he's got the mask of Christopher Walken, who obviously was Frank White in the picture. So I wanted to use the Born Again album cover was where I got that stencil from. It always kind of looked, obviously, you know, like his hand was coming out, so it looked like there should have been something, either basketball, you know, either you're slinging crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot, or you know, I felt the need to go ahead and throw the mask down there, 'cause, you know, that would be his stage mask if he had one.
So I like the fashion one over here.
NY Been Live is the name of that one, and basically it's like everything New York on there. So from famous people, famous places, famous TV shows, famous movies, sports teams, the whole nine, and it's actually front and back. You can't see the back right there, but yeah, that was actually my first stand-up mannequin that I've done. Well, my first mannequin art in general that I've done. My mentor Ray Levinston was the one that kind of put me on to getting into the whole mannequin art and using, you know, coinciding mannequin pieces with your artworks at the same time. You'll actually see I'm going to be breaking out 3 brand new pieces at least for our artillery show in September 3rd, matter of fact, at the
Let the people know.
September 3rd, McDonald Trading Building out here in Tampa, Florida. We're going to be hosting our second artillery show. It's a flawless mix of food, art, and fashion. We're going to be having a couple fashion shows, some artwork from myself, my partner Matt Saparillo, Ray Levinston himself, as well as Gilbert Olivo, our younger artist as well. And we'll have Kareem McGee from Southern Grace Catering. and
rolls.
bring the
good
soul rolls
food.
out. Oh yeah, everybody's gonna get ready
like
to
a
eat.
queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it should be fun. So
if you don't like art, you're gonna love the food. Trust me.
one of the two.
Something,
or the fashion.
You're gonna love something. Can you say the name of that piece again?
Yeah.
NY Been Live.
NY Been Live. Like NY Been Live. Okay. What's up, Jeff? I'm Jenny from the block, you know. What happened, Jeff? This is Rihanna. What happened? You ever been to Barbados?
I have
You
not.
didn't come to Barbados?
No, man.
You got my money? What happened?
Yo, wow.
So what inspired these pieces?
All right, so yeah, we did that in Miami. It's called the Ready Dope Ironic Iconic Interaction. And basically we took infamous iconic figures, famous dresses, or we did Mr. T as well. We did Aaliyah with the Tommy Hilfiger. We did Madonna with the cone broad dress. We did the Mr. All Gold everything. I don't know if you guys seen the internet say she was like the Arab gentleman that had all gold, all type of that stuff. We did Slick Rick, the ruler was another one. So yeah, they turned out really good. We're gonna be taking this on the road as well too, going to different locations. We're actually gonna be doing something up in Toronto with these as well too, and that's gonna be coming later on this year. And yeah, that's gonna be taking them all around basically anywhere we can go with those. Those were actually on wood, and we went ahead and got the image taken care of for it, and then went ahead and did all our inking and little hand paint on top and all that to get them kind of popping like that.
How many of these do you think you guys have done?
10? 10 of them right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so look forward to that. Whenever we got any events we got going on, we'll be able to bring those out. Everybody gets to have a little bit of fun
Do a
with
selfie.
it. Right, exactly.
Not only interactive selfie. Jana, why your dress so low?
Chuna. I don't know.
Okay, so my last question. Well, I need you to finish this sentence. I would never be caught dead in
Tight pants.
Everybody.
A lot of the guys say
A lot
that.
of the guys say that.
Yeah, just that won't ever be me.
No.
No tight pants, no tight shirts.
What is your opinion on the tight pants?
Yeah, I'll just.
Okay, so what do you think about sagging?
Yeah.
I sag a little, so I can't.
Why?
Why?
Because my belt kind of just, it's supposed to stay tight, it doesn't stay tight. It just goes down a little bit. That's what goes down. I just make sure I wear a shirt that's long enough where you don't see my underwear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. We starting a movement. All you men out there, pull your pants up because we don't want to see your underwear. We don't want to see the ashy crack of your butt either. We don't want to see it. We don't want to know.
Dingy draws wearing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So my question is, if you could be any type of shoe, it's a two-part question. If you could be any type of shoe, what would you be, and what would you put inside the shoe?
Be any type of shoe.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. I'm a Nike Dunk kind of guy personally.
Mm-hmm.
What would I put inside the shoe? As in, like, what type of?
Anything.
What we talking like?
It could be objects. It could be words of wisdom. It could be what makes you happy. Whatever. Just
kind of like what drives you.
That's definitely on the spot question right there.
Nice. This is what we like to do.
Yeah, we make people think.
It's like you get up and you shake them real quick.
What I want in my shoe? I don't know. That's a good question.
Stumped.
Yeah, that's a good. I'd have to think about that and get back to you. Honestly.
Okay. We'll hold you to it.
Okay, hey,
Next time we talk to you, you better have an answer.
I will.
All
I'll
right.
definitely have an answer next time.
We left someone stumped.
Yeah.
Ooh, stumped stuff. Okay,
Nice.
so what are your plugins? Let everybody know.
Social
where
media
they-
shout out.
Yeah.
Follow.
I'm Quotes for Days, QUOTEZ, the number 4, DAYS. That's also on my Twitter. We also have Dope Quotes Inc., QUOTESINC, and that's gonna be for exactly on the shirt.
Dope quotes.
On for Instagram, as well as we have the fan page and business page for Facebook as well too. I don't know if all of us got to the Snapchat yet, so we're not. But
No.
But those are, and then otherwise come to the website. It's www.dopequotesinc.com.
Hey, I pity the fool that doesn't subscribe to the Stuff Show. You better subscribe, suckers. Subscribe.